you gave it turns a cold to be grip. When a stitch to save 9 others comes apart.
It was good. It was good, yeah. Good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, nothing bad.
We didn't mess up.
Not a single one.
I really like Friday's show. I mean, it's fun and I get to hang out with a bunch of people that I haven't hung out with in a long time.
You know, the first week of rehearsals is sort of that getting to know the theater, getting to know each other, getting to know how it's going to work. So that's pretty smooth because everybody comes to rehearsal kind of at the same place, unless you've done a lot of shows before. And then I think with every passing week, it gets more complicated the closer we get to bringing everything together. So the week when everything finally comes together, technical, acting, singing, live music, costumes, makeup, that for sure is the craziest. So from that Tuesday of Tech Week, just before we open, for sure that's the craziest.
It's the most surprising thing. I guess how tired I'm getting. I'm exhausted. That's pretty much the only surprise I've had.
A little tired from yesterday, but it's all good.
To perfect everything. To practice. Yeah. Just a lot of time.
Didn't expect it to be so much work, quite honestly.
There's been a lot of rehearsals, a lot of time put into it, but it should be a really fun and good show.
I think every variety show has to have a similar shape. It's got to be a splashy opening. It's got to have a moment of warmth, followed by a building of energy, followed by a resolution and a capper of warmth. So that always has to happen. And with this year's theme, you know, Join the Circus as an opening song worked great. And it gives you opportunities for lots of splash and lots of energy. And there were a lot of people in that scene. And typically, scene 1 has the most people for that reason, because it brings that energy up right away. So just managing that many bodies on stage is always tough for a scene 1, whenever there is one. But I did take advantage of the idea of the clowns to give it a little more interest with Megan coming out of the trap door, and of course the confetti splash opening. I thought that gave a real flavor of what was to come, in addition to having that energy of the opening scene. After that, poodles, you just can't go wrong with 20 poodle puppets, right? I knew that scene was going to be a huge hit, and right away, I knew that's where we had to put Dr. Scott, because he was going to raise it to an even higher level, so the energy would stay the same, even though the song was very lyrical and smooth. So that gave us some warmth. Kalinka, I knew that should be the next scene because of the vocal power that I knew was going to come from that group. And what goes with vocal power but physical power. So putting acrobats into that scene made perfect sense. So far I've got boom, warmth, and like a solid rock in scene 3. So then we could take a little bit of a breather with scene 4. So we could let the audience sort of relax and have a moment. And the music for that tightrope scene served that purpose. Scene 5, which was Cat Tamer, is usually where the energy starts to build, where I need that big moment. So people in tiger suits and someone with a whip and that jaunty music, that took us there. Jai Ho kept us there. And then we went to that what's happening warm ending with the hula hoop, ribbon, ball dancers, and then the finale.
We're all packed together so tightly and we're all so close together physically that it actually translates into talking more with people that I haven't spent any time with at all prior to this.
I think one thing I always hope happens, and so far so good, that I'm proud of is that I really think that people get to know each other better during variety show, whether they were already friends or weren't. And this year when everybody sang the finale and we got together for that big group picture, something like that has never happened before. So that was really magical for everybody. I mean, to physically touch each other and sing together, that was super warm and fuzzy. You know what my favorite variety show moments are? When students who have been quiet most of their time in the academy Always been the student in the shadows. Didn't tell anybody they could sing or didn't know they could sing or something. When we watched the video on the Friday morning, we watched the video of the juniors' performance, and that student is on the screen and the whole senior class cheers for that student, I'm gonna cry right now. That totally gets me every year, because that student been waiting a long time to be recognized, and when they really get it and their peers appreciate them, I love that moment so much. It's the best.